of things. Got some contact here for the lead. Oh, we got a caution. Yeah, big wreck. GTR Mike, JCR clashing. Topster Gaming. Is that Turf Tech? Looks like it might have been Turf Tech involved. Bunch of guys wrecking here early. So what you looking at here for Homestead here, Brink?
Well, I'm looking for good racing, obviously. Sorry, I'm just getting the broadcast loaded up into the Discord so everybody in the league can at least see it. So, all right, so Homestead is it's a finicky track. It has multi-racing lanes, so that's always good. I like the high side. Let me rephrase. I like the high side through the long run. I do like, you know, a good fast car down low to start it early off. So these restarts always really important. The number 20 is going down low. Looks like he didn't pit. But
GTR Jacob, I don't believe he pitted, yeah.
So Mike G is going to take this lead. He's got a little competition for the 24 of Big Jim, and the number 4 is just beyond him. Down low, Sharp in the 11 is up high, running 4th. But Mike G is going to maintain that lead out of turn number 2 down here on this first restart.
It's been a good start to the race for the pole sitter of Mike G.
Oh, Big Jim might have got put in the wall a little bit, but he maintains that second spot. Real tight bunch up here with the top 6 or 7 cars. You see the 14, the Blakey T, kind of joining the bunch as well.
Oh, it's more than 6 or 7 cars, I'm telling you that right now.
I was going to say, as soon as I said 6 or 7, the 6 or 7 behind them joined, and then 6 or 7 more joined. So we have a large pack of cars here at the front at the start of this restart in the middle of stage number 1. You know how many laps we have left?
I have no idea. I'm not, because Taddy's not racing tonight. Don't know. I don't have a stream. Big Jim will be streaming, though, if you have his.
Yes.
Let me get to that.
So 3 wide here for the lead. Sharp down low. Mike G in the middle. Draven is up high. He backs out of it. Big Jim is below Draven. We got Ducky T changing lanes real quickly in the middle of the pack there. 3 wide again. I think the 19 might have touched the wall entering turn number 3. Draven up high.
Draven gets the wall.
He does scrape the wall in 3 and 4. Sharp's going to power himself to the lead here, though. He's going to get, I don't know if he led before, but the number 11 is now leading here.
Don't believe he did, and so he's leading now. They're going to come up on a lap car here of the 20 of Jacob, who did not get the pit stop in before the end of the caution, but he's going to fall back.
Yeah, kind of a rookie move for a veteran like JTR Jacob. Not something I would, you know, typically see out of that guy. Blakey T, he's been motoring up through the field, I noticed, since that restart, and here he is already up to 5th, making a pass on the 19, and the 21 perhaps, as he might push it 3 wide into turn number 1 in that number 14 Ford.
Yeah, and you know what, you see, I'm really impressed with Sharp at this point. You know, everybody knew how good Sharp is, but you know, he's not had the wins or the top 2 or 3 finishes to really back it up. He was good at Bristol, but he's just been really super consistent lately. And he's really starting to hit his stride.
You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about Sharp there. And you know, and I got to say, you know, Sharp and Big Jim especially, they have shown they know how to pass. These 20 guys, like, we have 20 of the best guys week in and week out in the Cobra Cup division. And we've talked about it in the past, but not for nothing. When you see 20 guys who are all pretty close as far as skill level and knowledge and understanding, well, now the little details start to, you know, make guys rise to the top. Guys who understand how to make passes.
Pass for the lead. Speaking of passes, Big Jim looking underneath Sharp for the race lead.
And that's going to be tough because Sharp does have drafting help from the 42, the 19. No, that wasn't the 19, it was the 42, I'm sorry. I should change my camera. I was on Mike G for a whole lot of that, honestly. Big Jim
Here's Celtics again.
Celtics is in the 42, right? Yeah, so Celtics is just maintaining position, staying in the draft. He has that same high entry into the turns, but the exit off the turns, you do want to be high because that's where the grip is, and that's where you'll keep your speed. You won't be fighting it, you know, you won't scrape off speed, if you will.
make that 20 to go here in stage number 1 as they've crossed over to lap number 20 of the first stage.
Mike G powering back on the inside, trying to get back into 4th place, passing Blakey T. 5th place, that is. Blakey T off the wall, bangs into the 21. That's going to cost everybody in that spot. The number 9 of Long Live the Sauce, he's took advantage of that when those guys collided. So did the 41, it looks like. That is... Who's the 41? I'm sorry.
Marini.
Mike Marini, right. He also was a beneficiary of that action. The 21 was able to maintain. It was the 14 who kind of paid more of that price. But Mike
he's
G's
lost
still
a number of positions already.
And GTR Jacob is a lap down. You see him just at the tail end of this lead pack. Whoa, the 9 got loose off of turn number 2. Almost took out that number 20. Tonight. You will. That's what Homestead is. You are fighting a loose condition almost the entire run. But those guys are the fast guys. Those are faster. If your car is loose and you can hold it, you're faster.
And I'll tell you what, this is a track where turn 2 is going to be the catalyst for a number of incidents. Because what you're going to have is the 42 gets the wall there off of 2, and that's going to give the lead back over to Sharp.
The 22.
But what you're... 22?
No, the 10. The 10 looks like the 22 now. The 10 Turf Tech, well, crazy in turn 2, is now at the tail end of the field.
But turn 2 is the big catalyst here for tonight. You're going to have guys that are trying to put their setups in, work on the cars all night. It's a track where it's a particularly grueling race. It seems like these races here in the southern United States are very grueling, but they're even as grueling here in the race because you have to work with what you have to start out, because we're on sliders, we're not on customs. You have to work with what you start out with, which is a car that is not the best on entry in terms of speed, but it's drivable. Then off the corner, you might be a little bit loose. And so you're working on getting rid of that loose feeling while also trying to figure out how to pick up some speed. So, it takes a lot to work on the car. It takes multiple pit stops. And some guys are aggressive to start off, their brink.
Oh, Big Jim got loose, sorry. Are we under caution?
There's Klein Boy.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Nike Boy and Chewy involved. JMW involved.
A couple of new names in that list there.
But, what I was getting to there is you have guys that are just trying to work on the setup, and some go more aggressive to start out. And so you have guys at different points in the setups. So off of turn 2, you might see some guys that, have the car wound up where they want it. They're not sliding all over the place. Where you have others that are looser, so there's a lot of checkups and there's a lot of paying attention that has to be there.
Well, everyone's got to pay attention. I hope that's what they're all doing, looking at those windshields. Because that's, the real secret to being fast is just about, looking straight ahead. You get distracted, then you lose out. Well, another restart. Yeah, Blakey T, he must have stayed out, so he's on older tires, or he took 2 tires or no tires. I don't know. But he's out front right now.
We're on lap 28 of 39 in the stage. He's going to fall back is what he's going to do. Because those tires are king. They're quick. I don't know, that explanation was a little bit long and drawn out for me, but that's really just how it is here. You're really trying to work on the car all night.
You do, but a lot of these guys, they know what they're doing, and they've practiced, and not only have they practiced, but they've been riding on this game now for, we say it almost every race now, for over 2 years, especially here we are coming to July. This game came out 2 years ago, like this week, I think. So, these guys are not new. They've been here before in multiple series. So they understand. And look, the guys who have been better at it, they're up front right now. It's not an anomaly. You don't see the guys up front because of pitch strategy right now. This is Homestead, and it's been pretty straightforward. The fastest guys have been up front. The guys who can handle their cars are getting up front. There's the 19 kind of going to lose the lead. 3 wide battle. Mike G and Sharp just below him.
Speaking of the 19 being out in front, some news in the NASCAR world today. Martin Truex Jr. returning to JGR for 2023. Brink, fast thoughts. What you think about that?
Good, because there's nobody coming up in JGR who want to take that car over right now.
I know fans of a certain Brandon Jones would like to think differently, but
well,
no,
Brandon Jones,
right.
Brandon Jones needs to get more like Eric Jones if he wants to get the Cup. He's not even that quite up there yet. Like the kid, but maybe he's better than some guys in Cup right now, Harrison Burton. But you know, he'll make it eventually. He's got to put it together.
Look at this cluster of cars up here in the lead pack. That's more than half the field.
Yeah, we're going on board with Mike G here on the YouTube channel. We have 3 wide for third. Well, we have a 2 wide battle for the lead between the 19. Who is the 19? I keep saying the number, but not the name.
It's Picola.
That's right, Pete Cola. I didn't recognize him in the blue. He looks like the Maxwell House Sterling Marlin car today. Sharp, he got loose with sauce just off of his back bumper. I mean, it definitely looked like the 9 being in that position made the 11 loose. But look who's in second. Guy who started with a penalty in this race, JCR Clashing, the number 1 car. He's up to second.
Did he have a pass-through? Was that the ultimate decision?
Yes.
Oh, we got the 42 bouncing off the 14 a little bit there.
Had a pass-through penalty based on pitting with 2 laps remaining in the stage in the last race. And it was first offense, and it was the first time we've really had to hand out a penalty for that. So we gave it the minor penalty, which resulted in a pass-through.
But he's already up to second and looking quick. And his teammate, the 42, last week's winner, Mopower Celtics, running in that 5th position, but he's been particularly strong tonight. Like Sharp, the 42, not a great start to the year. As the 9 gets into the wall, he's going to fall all the way to the back of the pack. Tough look there for the 9 of Sauce.
Yeah, he was just pushing for the lead.
Celtics looking super consistent alongside Sharp here. They're both running in the 3rd and 4th positions at this point as we ride on board with that 42.
Oh, the 11, there it is. 3 or 4 guys all got loose off of turn 2 that time.
This might be pitting. These guys might be pitting. Let me take a look at that.
Maybe, but they came pretty abruptly off the high line. And, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't look like he's pitting here.
No, nobody's pitting, so that was wild.
Yeah, it was like in a row, like 3 or 4 cars off turn 2 all got loose the same way.
4 to go here in stage 1.
We're looking back from the leader, Picola Gator, right here on our view here in the Cup. On the YouTube channel, sorry. Yeah, Mopower Celtics now moving into 2nd place. I gotta remember I am directing this, so I should move it around a little bit.
Well, I am too. Both of us are.
Yeah, I'm not used to doing it because I've been just following your lead the past few weeks. What do we have? Are you still watching the stream? What do we have left, perhaps, in this stage?
This is 3 to go, and Celtics just took the lead from Picola.
Yes, he did. He powered right by him, too. I looked down, and he went right by. JCR Clashing now looking like he's going to make a move here for 2nd place. And even though Sharp fell off...
That got a little bit of power, though.
Even though Sharp fell off to 4th, he's still maintaining that position. Nobody's challenging him, not even Big Jim, who's in 5th. There goes the 1 in the 2nd place, Mopower Celtics. Those are teammates now, 42 and the number 1. In fact, the 19 and the 11 are teammates. Here comes Picola powering back on the inside, putting Clashing, who's been running lower than everybody, or at least a little bit lower than everybody, getting forced up high this go around. But honestly, I think it's going to help Clashing, and if my analysis serves me correct, Clashing's going to realize he might be faster up there.
One more lap here to go in stage number 1. Last week's winner, the 42 of Mopower Celtics, is your race leader. He's got his teammate of JCR Clashing behind him. The 19 of Picola lurking there in the 3rd spot. He's going to look to the outside of the 1 of JCR Clashing. down into 3 and 4. Look at Clash, and he's going to go to the inside of the 42. Teammates are going to be side by side off of turn number 4, coming to the green and white checkered flag.
But with
as
the
they
draft
head
helping the grip.
And it's going to go to the 42 of Celtics as he edges his teammate at the line.
Yeah, even though the Clashin had a good move to get down low and to make a move on the 42, he needed to clear him. There was no way coming off the corner with the high line and some drafting help, the 42 wasn't going to be able to power back past the number 1, which he did. Alright, I will put the camera here on the leader once it comes back. I'm going to run upstairs, tuck my sweet little boy into bed, which he's already too late to be doing, and I'll be right back. But I'll wait to switch the camera before I jump out. So congrats to the Mopao Celtics getting his stage win. Is this his first stage win of the year? I don't know that he's had one before.
It might be his first stage win of the year.
Well, he's going to bring him to the lead this time. Start to stage number 2 is Mopao Celtics in the 42, JCR Clashing in the 1 on the front row. Picola Gator and Sharp representing their team on the second row. Big Jim and Blakey T, not teammates, in the third row. Here we go. Stage number 2 on its way. I'll be back. Take it from here, Clay.
You got it. Mopao Celtics is your race leader. He's going to have the 19 of Picola move him up the racetrack a little bit though. Gets to the left rear quarter panel. Here comes the 19. Down the inside of the 42. 42's got some help from the 1 of his teammate of JCR Clashing. Down low, the 11 of Sharp going to try and help his teammate, the 19. It's a GAS versus Venom battle here for the race lead in the Cobra E-Racing Cup Series. Here at Homestead. We're going to dance off of turn 2. We were almost 3 wide for the lead there for a moment. Got a car getting out of line there on the inside. That's the 3 of Nike Boy. But it's still the 42 with the lead. They're getting dicey here in the middle of the pack. Ooh, Draven nearly spins off of turn 3 into turn 4 there. Keeps it going. 14 of Blakey T in the wall there. It looks like a little bit more. Draven gets him on. We're around on the front straightaway. Up and over the 18 of GTR Mike. A number of cars wrecking here. That'll be a caution here. A lot of issues there in turns 3 and 4. Believe it started when the 4 of Draven got awfully loose and caught a bunch of guys up in it. Let's head back to the front of the field here. And we have the 2 of Topster staying out. And we're going to see what he can do, making his first start here in the Cobra E-Racing Cup Series. He's got the 19 of Picola to his outside. He's going to hit the apron and drift up towards the 19 a little bit there. 19 is going to clear him off turn number 2. The 42 gets into the 1. Here comes the 11 splitting the middle. The 24 is going to follow suit. We got a lot going on here. Here comes the 1 of Clash, and he's going to dive underneath the 2 of Topster. It's all on kicking off with the 2. They're 3 wide as they're going to head down into turn number 1. A big big lunge for the 24 of Big Jim as he's trying to get underneath Nike. Meanwhile, Pete Cola scoots away with the lead in the number 19. We're almost 4 wide here. Topster's in the wall in turn 3. Is he going to be able to keep it straight and not cause a wreck? We got the 8 and the 48 making some contact. That's JMW and Drunkfest. Haven't talked much about that 48 here tonight. He's found his way up into the top 10 here now. Big Jim gets really loose off the corner and he's going to lose a number of spots. No! I just saw it. The 3 of Nike gets into the 24 and sends him back some spots. Nike gets into the 42 a little bit. Is he going to be able to clear the 11? No, he's not. Sharp's going to send it down into turn number 1, looking to see if he can get enough to clear that number 3. Jim moves the 21 up the racetrack just a little bit. 21 gets into the 48. Marini has some contact. He's going all the way to the apron. And they're in the 41. It's going to allow the top 4 to scoot away a little bit. Jim gets back up in front of the 3 a little bit. He clears the 3 and starts to drive away. Can the rest of the field get by this number 3?
Well, what have we here?
You missed a huge wreck that involved Gator Mike flipping wildly down the front straightaway.
Twice
but
for
it's Pete
Gator
Cola
Mike.
with the lead.
All right, we'll get back up to him. Sorry, folks. It must have been on Mike G for a little bit there. Interested to see where Mike is. I guess he's away in the back now. And there was a yellow for it, and he's still back there?
Yes. It was GTR Mike that was flipping wildly.
Well, I see Pete Cola up front, JCR Clash. The top 3 hasn't changed much. Top 5 actually hasn't changed very much, if nothing at all.
I am going to step away to go get a drink, so it's on you, Brink.
That is fine. All right, so if you're watching YouTube, you'll watch the direction quite well. But we're kind of solo, single file here in the front. It looks like Clash, you might hear it make a move on Pete Cola, but that's just his line. It looks like you're making a move, but they're not. The 1 is running a lower line than most everybody. Then he gets in this position where he's below the 19. He's got to get himself back in. The 42's got to let him back in. There you see the 1 now in 3 and 4 runs a little bit higher than the 19. But he's going to run lower off the corner. See, the 19 has this diamond effect, almost this diamond effect going. The 42 slides into the wall. He's going to lose a couple spots. But the 19 of Pete Cola Gator, he is kind of diamond in these corners where he's going a little lower and coming off higher, where Clashing, he almost matches the entry of the 19, but then comes off lower, which it has no grip. And I know he's trying to make a move, and look, he's the guy down there, and I'm the guy in the booth, but I think you got to follow the 19 for a little bit, wait for him to slip up, be a little patient, because here comes the 11, who actually is pretty fast on the bottom. You see Sharp there, he's making a move on the 1, but with the draft help, Sharp, without anyone pushing him, it's going to be really tough. But the 19 does go down to get a little draft in front of the 11 to get his teammate up towards him. Doesn't work that time around. Here he comes again, but now JCR Clashing, he has the high line off of turn number 2. You see the Gibbs cars now down low, drafting with each other, but the 1 up high, that draft helps. The only thing keeping Pete Cola in the lead right there, with the 1 coming off the corner high. A good battle here with 3 cars for the lead, although 2 of them are working together. And now the 11 of Sharp does clear the 1. Clashing will fall to 3rd. Mopow Celtics has fallen to 5th as Big Jim has gotten around them. We're going to see those 2 cars join the top 3 here in about a half a lap, it looks like.
So I'm back.
Ooh, the 11 got loose and hit the wall. Sorry.
I got my camera on the 41 of Marini right here. He's battling for the 6th spot with a newcomer to the Cup Series, Nike boy Will, who just came off a podium in the Xfinity Series. I believe he finished 2nd or 3rd in that race. I can't remember for sure. But here comes Marini looking to the inside, and talk about a driver that's in need of a big run, Marini. We know he's got the talent, but he's just got to find a way to take the next step, and he's jumped up to the 6th spot here now. Oh, we got some contact. The 48 and the 3 get it together there a little bit.
Yeah, the 1 almost got it pretty bad from the 3, but they were all able to keep going down that back straightaway. Big battle here for the lead between teammates. Sharp takes over the lead from P-Cola as we look ahead there. Let's try to get back on them. So yeah, that number 11, familiar. Oh, and the 19 and the 24 get together. That is turn 2, and I'm telling you, everyone is going to get loose there eventually.
Is it just me, or does it feel like that whoever is leading a pack of cars, leading the pack, looks like the slowest car compared to the others? Because I swear it almost looks like a plate race in some aspects.
Well, as I was saying while you were away, your exit off the corner is so important here. Where the grip is, where you keep your momentum, and running the high side, we know is, you know, off the corner anyway, is where all the grip is. Everybody behind them is drafting, and they can usually get into the corner faster than the guy in front, but because they drive it in so hard, or because they maybe let go of the gas later than the leader, it looks like they're going to catch back up, but then off the corner, that's the guy in front, you know, generally just pulls back in front. Unless there's some draft help, where you see right here, Big Jim is drafting with the 1. That might put the 1 out in front of the 11 off the corner. But without that draft help, well, even with the draft help, here comes Sharp powering back on the outside. He does have a little help from the 42, but not nearly as much as the 1 is getting from the 24.
Look who's made an entrance into the top 5 here. You've got
Drunk
the...
Fest.
But I was also, let's see. Just trying to see what happened here.
There goes Clashing in the lead now. And look, I know Big Jim's
Blakey T's around on the back straightaway.
Oh, tough break for the 14. I know that Big Jim's not helping the 1 despite the 11. He's helping the 1 to help himself. As you see there, Big Jim now gets into second place, and he was able to do that by drafting off of the 1 and following him all those laps, got him in a position to get now second place. Now watch Big Jim in the 24. He's going to have help from Sharp. Those 2 are buddies. Sharp will not race him too hard. The 24 will probably make a move on the 1 coming up in the next lap or so.
I'm telling you, these top 5 have looked particularly strong tonight. But I'm looking at the cars in 6th and 7th. It's the 41 and the 48. Marini and Drunkfest, man, I'm telling you, they look particularly strong.
And Sauce got himself back up there, too, as he's just behind them.
Yeah, Sauce is back up here, too. Look at the run Marini has down into 1 and 2. He's diving it underneath the 42. He almost cleared Celtics, but
he didn't, and he's going to lose another spot.
Oh, man, the 42. That was a little awkward, if I have to say so. I don't know if the 42 was a little bit loose. Couldn't really see it well from his angle of things. Came down and got the 41 there in the door.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how it started, but I definitely saw the 41 hit get down low. And Drunkfest and Long Live the Sauce now have backed up a little bit, catching back up to the rear of the 41. Big Jim goes high, trying to get some of that momentum, but that might have been too early of a move. He wasn't quite on the angle for that move either.
But this 1 car, what an impressive run for him considering his pre-race penalty.
Yeah, which I kind of want to talk to the admins about. I had a different notion for the penalty. So, for the listeners and the viewers, JCR Clash in pit at the end of stage 2 last week with 2 or less laps to go. Now, why is that a penalty? It's a penalty because it gives you an advantage. You don't have to pit at the stage break. You don't have to take tires there or anything, and you can skip all those positions to get yourself to the front. So it's kind of an unfair advantage. So we made the rule, can't pit 2 laps or less. NASCAR has the same rule. Pit lane closes with 2 laps to go on the stage. With that said, had he taken a yellow flag stage break pit stop, all would have been forgiven. But he didn't. So he maintained his advantage. Now the penalty, because it's a minor, is simply a pass-through penalty. Had we caught that penalty in the middle of the race, or had we decided to exercise the penalty in the middle of last race, he would have had the pass-through penalty, and it probably would have screwed his race up because there wasn't much left. There was only the stage 3 left to go. Now, instead, he gets to do the pass-through penalty at the start of the next race, which, as you see, isn't really that much of a penalty.
Yeah, we got 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. And we got a side-by-side battle between the 1 and the 24. You see the 1 getting loose there.
Yeah, Drunkfest almost took it hard. Mike Marini making a move down low on Sharp. He's trying to get back into the top 5. He's going to do it on that move temporarily. Big Jim, though, maintaining the lead, was able to get around JCR Clashing. 9 to go. Sharp up high. Drunkfest can get to the rear of these cars, but man, that 48 machine just isn't getting around them. Oh, he
the
gets
42
loose.
Got the wall.
48 got loose off the corner as well. I've seen the 42 scrape the wall a few times this stage.
I'm telling you, that turn 2 is an absolute catalyst for disaster.
Calamity corner. Big G maintains a slim lead. Mike Marini in third, now making a move for second.
Yeah, look at Marini go.
He was sandbagging that whole time. That's sandbagging Marini. Oh, the 1 touches bumpers, and he almost got up into the wall. Who's going to go with the 41? Sharp will.
Here's the interesting thing about the 41 of Marini. We know he's super talented as it is. He wouldn't be in the Cup Series otherwise. Wouldn't be a full-time Cup driver. But take a look at this 41. We know him as a really, really good road course racer. He's very, very talented on the road. And to be honest with you, he feels like the AJ Allmendinger of this series, or of this league. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is an impressive run for that 41 today.
Well, I wouldn't say that Marini is only good on road courses, if that's what you're kind of referring to. But yes,
that's not what I'm referring to.
He is better, but yes, he's competitive at these other tracks as well. The thing is, we got a couple of guys wrecking off of turn 4. That was the 8 and the 20, I believe.
That going to bring out a caution?
I don't know. The thing is, though, as we close down here in stage number, yeah, it is going to bring out a caution. The thing is, though, with Mike Marini, as far as my analysis and opinion of the guy, because I race alongside of him in a few leagues now as well, and he's careful. He's not, I'm not going to say conservative, because I don't want people to get the wrong impression. He is definitely careful. And he can get himself in a situation and get out of it as quickly as it occurred.
We're going to get a late stage restart here. Some people staying out.
I might have ended the stage. How close were we?
No, the stage is still happening. The only car that is not on the lead lap is Blakey T. He's 2 laps down there in the 20th spot.
Oh, my word. Hopefully he can get those back, a couple of caution flags. He might be the only guy lap down, so.
JMW pitted, but he took 2 tires, crucially.
Wow, that was a strategy call right there.
We're going to head it down here into turn number 1 and 2 with 3 laps remaining here in stage number 2. That 8's a sitting duck, and he's gonna hold that 24 up. They're gonna get 3 wide.
He's loose, and he's out. Big Jim gets it.
The 8 was not about to have those guys take him 3 wide, and he shoved the 24 down the racetrack and into a number of guys. Put the 41 of Mike Marini in the lead as we come to 2 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Yeah, and JMW is going from worst to absolute worst. So not really a great call. 2 tires, everybody. There it is. There's the evidence. All right, Mike Marini is definitely in this lead. Oh, we got some trouble in the back. The 3, he's going to get turned around. Nike boy Will
Here
gets turned around.
Here comes the 1 of Clash diving in big time on the 41 as we're going to head off of turn 3 and 4. The 1 is not going to be clear, though. Here comes the 41 back down the straightaway. 1 lap to go here in stage 2.
Single car wreck, so we still stay green.
We're going to dance off down into 1 and 2. The 1 of Clashin is going to clear the 41 of Marini. JCR Clashin takes it to the race lead with help from his buddy in the 42. Marini gets back to the right rear quarter panel of the 1. Is he going to have enough to drive it off into the corner? He's going to drive it off hard into the corner, but I think the 1's going to have the drive off. He's going to try and clear the 41. Oh, he can't quite do it. But here comes Sauce!
Oh, wow.
What a stage finish! It's going to go to JCR Clashin. But Sauce is going to come through for second. Believe it's Marini that's going to be third. Fourth is going to be Celtics. Big Jim's tough finish to the stage in 11th. Top 10 in that stage: Clashin, Sauce, Marini, Celtics, Sharp, Picola, Drunkfest, Jacob, Turf Tech, and Mike G.
Turf Tech getting in the top 10 there.
In the number 10.
All right, so here we go. You got all your bets. You got to make them. You got to put your chips, play your cards, whatever you got. This is it. Stage number 3 is coming. There will be a green flag pit stop. God forbid we don't have too many cautions, which, you know, generally in this group we don't.
And I'm telling you what, stage points are position, track position, crucial. I'll get it out here in just a second, but track position is crucial. And Sauce has it right now, and he's fighting side by side with the 1.
You know, it's one of the rare places I don't mind starting on the outside here at Homestead.
Right.
It is tough to go from the outside pole to the lead, but you don't lose generally. And here comes Marini fighting down low. He wants to get back by Sauce, who took away that second position in the end of stage number 2. Chevy's leading the high line. You got 3 of them right in a row. Mike Marini's your first Ford, but look who's up in the top 5. JTR Jacob in the 20. He's fighting for 5th place right now on the outside, following the number 9, Along Live the Sauce. And your pole sitter, Mike G, is just behind him. This top 8, the top 10, these guys are going to be dicing. Because like you said, field position is going to be of the utmost importance here. And we don't know if we're going to get another restart. This could be it. Well, they keep racing this way. We probably get another restart soon. Marini holding strong down low. He's going to get a position underneath the 42 of Mopow Celtics. He's going to get real tight against him, though, leaving the bottom line down there. Trying to get a little side draft off was the number 11 of Sharp is going to push Marini on the low side. The 41 maintains the lead of the lower lane, but the number 1 and the 42 are going to maintain control of this field.
Sauce gets loose off the corner, and he just about took Marini to the moon.
And, you know, I think the top 3 fastest cars, you might admit, I'll say 4. The 1, the 42, the 11, and the 24. Without having the 11 and the 24 up here, you see a couple of these other guys, and this is not disrespect. We just saw the 4 or 5 fastest cars. They're not all in the top 5 right now. So, you know, Long Live the Sauce, he's making moves down here, down low. You see fighting for 2nd place. But the field is staying together. They're not separating as they did earlier in stage 2. And that's making for some really great racing right now. In fact, I don't know where Big Jim... Oh, there he is, the outside. Kind of like 5 cars back. The Drunk Fest gets in the wall. The 24 gets put in the wall. Broadcaster cursed on Big Jim right there. Take an onboard view from Gator Mike, who's riding around just inside the top 10. You see the Toyotas in front of him. Those are his teammates. Number 11 is Sharp, number 19 of Picola Gator. JTR Jacobs up there as well. So all 4 East cars are in the top 10. Oh, we do have a caution. There it is. Something occurred in the back. I think the number 4 may have been involved.
Oh, the 12 and somebody had a big to do there. The 12 and the 10. Big time. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, that incident might get talked about. That might get talked about.
I want to clip that. Send it into the to the admins.
Yes.
The stewards are watching. I am excited to one day, hopefully, and I don't know if iRacing does this, but they have almost real world. You know, the way the graphics work is kind of real world, kind of the way GTA works. So you could sit on top of the, you know, flag stand or sit on top of the press box and actually get that view. All right, Mike G's made himself back up to the front. 2-tire stop, maybe a no-tire stop. But the 21 is on the outside of the front row. Here goes the 42. He's down low. I mean, there's definitely a tire difference here if the 21 is going to not be able to maintain that high side the way that the 9 did in the last restart. Big Jim down low in the grass.
He keeps it together, though.
Yeah, on board, lost a bunch of spots. Boy, everybody's just beating up on that 24 car. Everything but the pace car has hit him. Two by two, but the 1 of Clashing still out front.
Brink, if you will check your inbox.
Sure will, as Sharp almost gets loose off of turn 2.
And the 42 tried to get down underneath that 21, but he couldn't quite do it. Couldn't quite get it done. Oh, the 2 goes hard into the wall.
And the 4 runs right into him. He had nowhere to go.
Are both of those guys caught up in that?
Well, the 4 definitely ran into the back of him. I don't know. Did he end up going down pit road?
He ran into the back of him. And he's got some damage, but that's about it, and he's way behind everybody else.
That's your Bristol winner, Draven. In the 4. Not having quite the day here at Homestead as he had at Bristol. Well, Gator Mike fans, here he is. He's just off the lead pack. And probably in a good spot, judging by how loose they are in front of him. Not getting screwed over in this position. And he has 2 teammates up ahead waiting for him, the 19 and the 20. And the 11. All 3 of his teammates. All waiting, ready to work with the 18.
18 just got the wall, though. They're off of 4.
Yeah, a little push from the lap down machine of Lakey T. He has probably gotten at least one of his laps back.
You'd have to think so at this point.
I am on Drunk Fest here in the 48.
Look who's back up in the top grouping here. The 19 is back up in the top grouping.
Yes,
so is the 24 of Big Jim.
Yeah, he's been, every time he gets a little bit closer, somebody gets loose up high from him. Just don't be down low out of turn 2, everybody. Stay behind people and pass them on the rest of the racetrack. Drunk Fest has a nice entry in. It's slower than everyone else's, but he does gain a little bit more off the corner. But he's not really gaining any advantage. He's just maintaining pace with these guys at this point. Mike Marini going to put it down low on Picola Gator. You see on the number 41 Ford. I'll try and get on him here. So if somebody was out of the race, we'll get back and check that out.
Let me check and see. It's Klein. Klein Boy has called it a night. And the number 88.
Tough break for Sauce's team on team points. Whoa, there they are off turn 2 again. As it's Drunk Fest in the 48. He did get around the 20 at Jacob.
I'm not quite sure what Mike G did in that call, but he's managed to keep it up here at the front.
He wasn't that far back. He was about 7th or 8th, I want to say, when that yellow came out. So it could have been as easy as just not taking a full tank of fuel. Maybe he did take 2 tires. I don't know. But he hasn't lost that 2nd position. But that could also be because Sauce is good at defending positions, but isn't the fastest guy out there. So he's not going to give a big challenge to 2nd place. But here he goes getting a challenge from Mopower Celtics down low in the 42, and Sharp in the 11, and Marini in the 41 is going to follow suit. But the 9 does take the draft off of that lead car, the 21. And now you got to gaggle, you got a traffic jam. You can't really go anywhere.
In a general sense, you know, these guys are doing really good at judging the runs and where they're coming from and making the right moves on the racetrack to suit the runs that are happening.
Mike Marini got loose that time. We're on board with him as he got loose off of turn number 4. Lost a lot of time to the top.
And he's in the middle of a Blitzen sandwich right now, the 24 and 48. Splitting that 41.
Well, the 19 might have scraped the wall out of 2.
Another car is done for the evening. I just watched the 4 of Draven call it a night.
Well, like we said, wasn't having the best night as he's had in the past. So tough break for the number 4 mobile car. Kralik Fan and Topster Gaming are out there limping around, a little damaged up.
Oh, the 11 puts the 42 in the wall a little bit. Don't know if the 11 might have had some help from that 19, but a serious collision there between the 11 and the 42.
Didn't seem to cost them too badly as they're kind of maintaining their track position, if you will.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of in and out. I'm paying attention to a couple of different things right now.
I gotcha.
No, the 21's going to dive to the inside of 1. Oh, look at the 9 of Sauce is going to send it.
He looked like he was going to help the 21, and he just took his own spot down low. But he doesn't have the grip. One's going to
pitch the 21 a little bit.
You don't have the grip down there. And not only does Sauce lose his chance at going for the lead, he may lose another spot. He went from 3rd to 4th. And here comes Celtics down low on him. It looks like a good idea. You know, you see the run. You think, oh, I'm going to be faster, but you're not. You're just not in position to get off the corner. And now it's even worse than where you started.
Here comes Sharp, though, to the inside of the 1.
Mike G behind him. Sauce got back up to 3rd. He's now on the outside behind the 1. Not really in a position to make a move, though. Picola Gator, he got loose off of turn number 4, but he's going to get back in line behind the 21 car. And Big Jim's going to get down in between them.
29 laps to go here from Homestead.
Big Jim just wants to get around the 21 or the 42, it looks like there, but can't really because they're just blocking his way. And there's that careful, again, not conservative, but careful Mike Marini. He was able to get back just in the back of his line. And now he's making moves down low as he follows the 19 to Pete Collier. A lot of blue and black cars up in the front today. Blue and white.
Indeed we do.
Might be a little bit of lap traffic just ahead of these guys as the 2 car. He's driving around with some damage.
Can confirm a blown engine for the 88 of Kleinboy.
Well, I'm sure it's blown all right.
And NASCAR, the 9 gets the wall a little bit with some help from the 1. We got 3 white there going in for 2nd. But in NASCAR Heat 5 terms, blowing an engine means losing connection.
Right.
So he did confirm that he lost
21
connection.
touched the apron or got touched and almost took out the 9. They were able to get back underneath it.
That's going to lose a lot of time for that 21, though.
And this is tough to make it up unless we get another yellow flag. He looks like he will maintain some of that draft, though, off of the 18 car. Blake E.T., unsure of his lap status, but he's coming back to the front here as well. We're going to go on board with Long Live the Sauce here. He's in 4th place, but man, the guy likes to make moves.
Got some folks in the Discord chat that are not happy with each other.
Well, they should focus on the racetrack, and then maybe it'll start working out for him. Got a couple people watching out there on YouTube land. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. I know it's weird being on my channel, but like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, we'll probably get this posted up somewhere on the Cobra or GC or both. And
yeah, it'll have to be your end of things for sure.
Yeah, and for you Twitch viewers, you got Clay. Clay, why don't you give them your Twitch name if they want to follow along?
Broadcaster Clay. It's all one word, quote unquote, but the B in broadcaster and the C in Clay are capitalized.
There you go, folks. Real simple. Like Coke or Pepsi. Or Mountain Dew. I mean, I do like the line. We've been on board here for about 2 laps. I do like the line that Sauce is running. As you see, he closed the gap right back on the 24 car.
Got another DNF to announce the 8 of JMW is done for the evening.
Oh, tough break for JMW. Trying to fill in for Taddy this week. Got called up from ARCA. Got called back up from ARCA. He did start in Xfinity this season. Went back down to ARCA, and then here he is now racing Cup. Changes that fast here in the Cobra League, ladies and gentlemen. Giving each other a bit more room through turns 1 and 2 this time around. Oh, the 9 got loose, but doesn't get into anybody. The 11 might have touched the wall as well. All this going on, and the 1 car has not lost the lead whatsoever.
On an absolute rail. Do I see 21 to go? I believe it's 21 to go.
This race is clicking on by.
Jim, if you are listening to, or anybody in the Litsum chat, if anybody is listening to the race, Jim, will you tell me how many laps are left, or show me how many laps are left? Not the one clashing on pit road.
Yeah, the 1 car is coming on pit road. Nobody else went down, just clashing.
Yes, 20 to go. 20 to go. And everybody still has a pit stop inbound.
Good, good, good. They are under 10 laps. All these guys are about 8 laps left on their fuel run. So they should be coming down soon.
There's a number of guys on pit road at this point.
And you know, draft's important. Obviously, being in the draft's better than not being in the draft. So the 1 car pitting now, he's by himself out there somewhere. Now he is running faster laps, maybe, but he's not running them in a draft. So we'll see if he can maintain the lead. Because pitting early would generally get you in front of a guy you're racing around. Because you're going to run that extra fast lap or 2 before they pit. Nobody else is coming out. I thought somebody else would have came down.
These guys can make it to the end on this tire run. Yeah, here comes the 42. That's it, though. So the 42 is going to pit, so that's going to leave a couple of Litsum guys out. You got Sauce, the team captain, and Big Jim. You got a couple of GAS guys, the 11 of Sharp, the 19 of Picola, and then the Eclipse racer in the 41. That's Marini. That's 22. The top 5 right now at this point.
22 of Cauley fan coming off pit road.
A couple guys might be aiming for pit road here at this point.
Boy, if I'm Sharp, I need to pit because I've seen him get loose. He's been pretty good at controlling it, but he is fighting quite the loose car in that number 11 Toyota.
Those guys are going to stay out.
Yeah, only a few takers on pit lane early on here, and one of them was your leader, JCR Clash, and now your leader is Big Jim. Jim might be coming down this line, this lap. Here comes Jim, but no one else again. So it'll be important. We can kind of tell. Here comes JCR Clashing coming off of turn 4. Where's Big Jim? That would be getting his lap back, I take it. From Big Jim, that is.
Here's the thing to note, though. And as for why... Oh, we got the 9 and 41 making contact for the lead. That's going to put the 9 in the wall. The 11's caught up in it. A big wreck. The 19 also getting into pit road. The 41 and the 9 with a big incident here late in the race.
It looked like they just were wrecking getting on the pit road there.
They were, but the 41 and the 9 made some contact going into 3 and 4. Unfortunately, I missed it. I'll have to go back and take a peek at it on my broadcast.
We weren't watching either. We're on board with the 1 because we want to see where everybody comes out. Maybe the 1 had a speeding penalty because I think he's quite far behind.
I was just getting ready to say this. You saw we had a couple of GAS guys and a couple of Litzum guys. It's important to note in our team tournament here in Cobra, a couple of these guys, GAS and Litzum, a couple of these teams are head-to-head, and the series is 1-1. So this is the deciding series. So they're probably trying to match each other at this point. No, the 1's your race going to be your race leader.
It looks like I was just trying to figure that out, actually. I think the 1 is going to be your race leader, the 42 in second, and that's because he pit first. He's
the
up
current
there.
Race leader's the 18 of Mike, but he is
on pit road,
coming off pit road right now,
and
he might have just taken 2 tires because he's coming out with the leaders here. He's going to be the leader. But here comes the 1 of Clash, and he's going to come flying by.
Yeah, we're on with the 1 right now as Gator Mike's ahead of him. Or is that Jacob? That's Jacob ahead of him and Gator Mike. So the both of them came out in front of the 1 car. But here comes the 1 car, who is on older tires. He's been racing around for almost 10 laps.
Yeah, he is on older tires. So I'd take a peek here at the 42 of Mopala Celtics, who's currently running in the 4th spot. So Jacob might be a lap down at this point. But the 18 is the race leader. And I'm supposing that he took 2 tires.
And you see the the 42 car and Big Jim in the 24 back there. It's 4th and 5th, respectively.
Yep.
And because the 1 car pit ahead of him, look how much space he gained on them. Now, they do have fresher tires. So are they going to be able to catch the 1? Are they going to be able to catch the 18?
11 to go.
And by the time they do catch them...
GTR Mike hold on?
And by the time they do catch them, their tires will be worn. You know, this track does even out pretty quickly.
Oh, Marini makes a 3-wide move on Big Jim and Celtics. Marini goes from 6th to 4th in 1 corner.
Good job to the 41. There goes Big Jim back down low on him in turn number 1, though.
We're shaping up for what's about to be a huge battle here for the race win. Here comes the 1 of JCR Clashing, looking for the lead on the 18 of Mike. What will Mike do? Believe we have 10 or 9 to go here. Here comes the 1. He's going to go to the inside of the 18, looking for the lead. Into turn 1 and 2. The 18 is going to pinch the 1 down a little bit, try to take some air off of that number 1. But the 1's going to clear him up off of turn number 2. believe 9 to go. Might be 8.
Gator Mike was able to close the gap a little on the back straightaway. Can he make another move on JCR Clashin? As he's
he's not going to have enough.
Just hangs off the back bumper. Those older tires are going to be difficult to overcome here. But, you know, Mike was running in, like, the 9th position, I want to say. So this is clearly an advantage to where he was running before. Even if he loses a couple more spots, you know, you got to give him kudos.
Here comes the 18. He's going to look back again here on the 1. Down into the corner. The 1's going to hold the door, shut the door on the 18.
Boy, if
a
he can
Titanic scrap here.
If Gator Mike can just get to the fender of the 1 car, definitely going to see some fireworks. Here comes the 41 below
Look
the 18.
Look here, the 41 of Marini going for second. 7 laps to go.
And
Does the 41 have enough for the 1? The 1 gets loose off the corner. Here comes the 24 of Big Jim into the picture. Help from the 42. This is crazy battling here inside 10 laps to go. They're going to be seeing 6 to go.
And Colleague fan, a lap down car just in front of him, trying to stay high and out of the way.
Mike's going to fall back into that 5th spot. And we're going to have one heck of a battle here for the race win. Does the 41 of Marini have anything for the 1? He's to the back bumper. He gets into the 1 a little bit. They're going to dance off of turn number 2 with 5 to go. 5 to go. The 1's going to hold the door on the 41. The 22's going to stay high. Here comes the 41. The 41 to the inside of the 1 of Clashin. Mike Marini looking for the race lead. Here comes Big Jim to the inside. He's on the apron. There's 3 abreast here for the race lead. Goodness me, this is amazing racing, Brink.
Yeah, Big Jim went down low and Mike Marini stayed in the middle. They were almost all 3 wide there.
This is 5 to go right here.
They're pulling out all the stops. Gator Mike kind of fell out of the picture here. You got 4 cars racing for the win. Well, I spoke too soon. Gator Mike got right back to the rear of the 42 car. So look out for him.
24 is going to get into the 41 a little bit. That's going to put the 24 there in second. 41, 42, a little bit of contact there for the 3rd spot.
And a move on the lead. Does Big Jim have enough momentum here in the middle of the corner? He's going to get down low. Touches the apron, though. That's going to kill his momentum and actually kill his line. The 24 is off track.
We're 3 wide for the 2nd spot. The 1 has set sail.
The 24
and there goes the 42 of Celtics.
Big Jim now at the rear of this pack. But again, no one challenging the 1. They get there and then they can't get the move.
Three laps to go.
And they know it. They see that clock counting down. Oh, Big Jim again, loose off of 2. Celtics, the teammate to number 1 here. Is he going to make a move?
Marini's trying to help him get up to the 1, though. I don't know if the 42's plan is to do that or not. Marini knows he's got to go. This is 2 laps to go. He's going to look to the inside of the 42. 42 versus 41 for number 2 on the racetrack.
All this battling is just, you know, JCR Clashin has to look in his rearview mirror and just smile.
Oh, the 42 and 41 get together. 42's in the wall. That's going to send the 42 on back. The 42 looks like might have gotten into the right rear quarter panel of the 41, and it turned Marini to the right and put the 42 into the wall a little bit.
One of the only guys who's actually made a good move here on JCR Clashin was the 41 of Mike Marini in the stage number 2. Here he comes again, white flag, one more time to go. Mike Marini have the high line. Gator Mike got back up to 3rd briefly.
Yeah, Mike's back up to 3rd briefly here. We're going to dance down the back straightaway. The 41 of the 1, they're going to shake him back all the way to the apron.
But the 41 wants that high line. He is there. He's going to ride it close to the wall. Does he have the grip?
We'll go to the aerial view here. Does he have the grip?
The 41 may have this. Will he have the drag?
Here we go. It's going to be a photo
finish.
It's a drag race.
Mike Marini on the last lap makes the pass. Heartbreak for JCR Clashin, but Marini brings the 41 Jacob Ford to the victory lane here at Homestead.
57 hundredths of a second. as Mike Marini will claim the victory here at Homestead in an electric finish.
That was great.
Sauce gets fourth. Sauce comes back for fourth.
Where did Gator Mike end up?
What a finish. Oh my goodness. Mike ended up sixth. Celtics fifth. GTR Jacob comes back for seventh. Sharp is eighth. P. Cole is ninth. Mike G's in 10th.
Pretty good race here.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That whole last 10 to 15 laps, I was like, no one's gonna get around the one. They're gonna try. No one's gonna do it. But I think he made the mistake. I saw the 41 on the lap. We'll talk to him about this in a few minutes. I saw Marini. He didn't go low. He didn't bite down low to follow the one. He stayed up high. And it didn't get him the pass there. But as they went into turns 1 and 2, he was able to maintain the high spot, and the one could not get the grip off the turn number 2. He did get a little ahead of him, but then when he tried to make the block, the 41 went down, went right back up, and got the high line in the 3 and 4, and then it was just a drag race from there. Fastest lap goes to long live the sauce. All right, you want to get those guys into the party? You can start. I will be right back. I just want to grab something.
What a finish. Holy cow.
I passed the 41, I must have.
Holy cow. Wow, 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 guys. What a finish.
Be right back. Be right back.
Goodness. What can you say about this finish?
Whew.
Wow, guys. What a finish. So, I'm going to start with Jim here in the 24. You finished third. You were all over the place tonight. Loose. Run-ins with a bunch of different people, but you get the third place. It's another podium. Tell me about your wild night and how you managed to get back to third there, Jim.
Glad it's over. That racetrack is terrible on this video game, and it is very difficult once you get past about 8 laps just to keep it straight. It does not suggest good racing. It suggests that you're going to hit the seam every single time and door someone underneath you. I did that a couple times. A couple people did that to me, and somehow we lucked out and got third out of it. We hit the seam still, and we were still able to make it up there. So don't know how, but we'll take it. And congrats, Marini.
Hey, good job, Jim.
Break anything?
I missed the question. I just got back on the mic, but yeah, Jim, good job. You were definitely one of the strongest cars out there. I thought you and Sharp were definitely the 2 fastest at the start of the race. I don't make you go through what happened here, but did you hit the apron? I think it was like 3 to go, maybe 4 to go in turns 1 and 2. Or I don't know.
My car just would not go straight off the corner. I was trying everything. I was trying partial throttle, and the right rear was just kicking out just enough yaw that it was pointed towards the inside wall. And you know, on this game, you can't counter steer, so you just kind of have to steer into it.
Yeah.
Drive underneath the yellow line and try saving it that way. I thought I costed the 41 the race there by doing that, and I felt bad. So I was trying to push him back there with like 2 to go, and all that, trying to get him back up front. But yeah, that was very unfortunate. Very unfortunate time for it to decide to start getting loose, but and obviously it didn't cost too much tonight. It looked like 41 still got the win, and it was still a great battle for the win. So
it really was. Good job. Good job, everybody. Yeah, good job, Jim. It looked like you touched the apron, but we never know, like, on our end, like, is the view accurate? So, but then you kind of, like you said, you went to the inside, which that's what made me question it.
Yeah, there were 2 options there. It was either steer into the slide and slide down the racetrack right in front of the 41, or hook that thing as hard right as I could and spin out into the outside wall, which probably would have taken out JCR. So, I think we made the right decision.
Looks like
good day for Litzum. Seems like we got 3rd, 4th, and I don't know where Drunk finished, but I know that Klein lagged out, so shout out to Litzum as well.
Yeah, decent payday. Point day for your team. And I think you guys are leading the team points. Am I wrong?
I hope so. I don't know.
Well, pretty good day out of you guys this time around. Good job.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to jump to our second place finisher, and you're on the heartbreaking end of the finish there, JCR Clashin, of the photo finish, but I don't know, to me you look like the fastest car out there on the track today. You led a good majority of this race. Really impressive. Tonight, it's a second place finish. You continue your really strong season. Walk me through the finish of that race. I know you pitted a little bit before the rest of the guys there in the top 5. Had to run down Mike with his strategy. You get by him, and then it's really just a fight from there. So talk to me about the race as a whole, but particularly that exciting finish.
Yeah, stage 1 and 2, it worked out perfect. Like, usually I don't get stage points ever, but the luck was on my side after I had to serve that penalty. A caution came out. I got first stage, 1, stage 2. Stage 3, I didn't take a full can. I took like no fuel to start whatever. We got a caution, I think, stage 3. So I only had 25 laps. So I had to pit there with 24, 23 to go. They stayed out until probably 18 to go, I think. And then, yeah, I was just trying to keep my teammate, I think he's the 42 car, ahead of the 41. I was giving him the draft because I had the older tires, but I was blocking. I would pull away. They would suck me back up. I'd pull away. It would just be a repeat. And then, yeah, I blocked because I won the inside because I didn't know if I was going to trust him to full send me. So I took the inside and hoping he would overdrive the center and then put himself into the wall. But he had a perfect corner and just straight up beat me. But it was a fun race, especially the last 10 laps.
It was fun for us, that's for sure. Clashin, I gave you props. I thought you were absolutely the fastest car out there towards the end of this race, especially. And with 10, 15 laps to go, I wasn't sure that anyone was going to be able to... people could get to you. And I'm kind of curious, first question is, how much rear view driving were you actually doing?
Not a whole lot. When the second place was side by side, I was definitely doing a lot of mirror driving, but the only trouble was getting, I think, the 18, and somebody else took no tires or 2 tires, and they had a lot of speed, surprisingly. I didn't expect them to hold on like that. But well, yeah, it was a good finish.
I thought that you had the race-winning strategy when you pit, but not because you pit, it was because nobody else did. And, I mean, maybe Jimbo and when we talked to Marini in a little bit, we could find out what their reasoning was. But when you did that, I mean, we were talking about it. Well, he picked first. He's going to have fresh tires. Well, everyone's racing around on older tires. When it cycles out, he's going to be in front and by a good distance. And sure enough, you were. Now, Gator Mike and GTR Jacob having their strategy kind of, threw a wrench on that a little bit. But at the same point, you were out front and you were in control of this. It was your race to lose, which you happened to lose it. But be that as it may, you did have the right strategy, it appeared.
Yeah, I win the short pit because that's usually what I do. That way, at least the race is in my hands. I don't have to worry about passing people. And then, like Big Jim said, it's so hard to pass here because you get under someone, there's 50-50 chance your car is just going to randomly spin towards the inside wall. But I'm happy with that loss. That was a great finish. I'm okay with that.
Right, if you're going to lose them this way. Have fun, So good job.
So we're going to move over to our race winner. And, man, this was an impressive run, to say the least, Marini. It's not been the start of the year that you've wanted, but you found victory lane and a photo finish with JCR Clashin. What a night for you, and it's a win. Tell me about it, bud.
Can you believe it? I can't believe this still. Oh, my God. I don't know. I needed the long run. My car seemed to go really, really good on the long run. When those cautions came out in the short run, I was just getting past. I was just trying to hang on. And I was hoping for a caution at the end to put everyone who was pitting a lap down. When I came out in 5th, or 6th, I'm going to end up 6th. And then I started catching Jim. And I'm like, oh, maybe I have a shot here. And then we started catching Clashin. And it's like, okay, it's game on. And then a little bit of blocking went on. And I got hit a couple times, like, oh my God, it's over. I'm going to get wrecked here. And we all hung on to it, and Clashin's blocking it at the end there. I wanted the low side. I didn't want the high side. I didn't think I could win on the high side. My car would not go on the high side. I needed that bottom. And I just stuck it in there and hit the gas and kept her straight, and here we are.
Well, dude, great job. Marini. I said earlier that you were the only guy, one of the only guys who could give a good battle to the one car. And when I saw you actually stick to the high side, I didn't think you were there on purpose, but I felt that was, you were there. Like, that was it. It was going to be a drag race, and you had the grip and the speed off the corner. So, you know, that, I knew it. I don't want to say like I knew, but I felt that if you were coming up the high side, you kind of pinned Clashin down low in turns 3 and 4. He kind of put himself there in 1 and 2, which allowed you to do it in 3 and 4. That was kind of the move that got you in position to go ahead and get the win.
Oh, it was fun. Let me tell you, this was probably the best race I've had all season besides Canadian Tire. So, yeah, very, very enjoyable. It's so nice to run up front with these fast guys because, let me tell you, you lose a little bit of confidence every once in a while, and this sure boosted my confidence.
Yeah, you know, I experienced this very thing on Tuesday when I raced with you in the Canadian League because I was fighting, like Clashin and Big Jim, I was fighting a really loose race car at the end of that race. We were at Auto Club, and I was doing all I could to keep you behind me. I think we were racing for like 14th in that race. And I got really loose and thought I screwed you up out of turn 2. I felt really bad, much like Big Jim here. And then I lost you. I didn't know where you were, and out of turn 3, there you go, flying by me on the outside. I just started laughing because I did everything I could to keep you behind me, and even hitting you off the corner, you still got by me.
You almost wrecked me there. I was a little upset with you. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we'll see what happens Tuesday.
Yeah, not intentional. Absolutely, just fighting that loose condition. But yeah, you did it again here. You know, you went by on the high side. You came back after getting hit. You know, fighting through all these guys. Everyone was loose off of turn 2 here at Homestead. I think I saw every single car at one point, you know, have to fight getting loose. And but you were a calm, collected driver out there all night. You didn't get freaked out when things happened when you were at the start of the stage and you lost some positions. You maintained your line, you maintained your position, and you were in a position to win. You were in the best position to win, and you didn't screw it up. You won the race, so congratulations, Marini.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats on the win there, Marini.
Thanks.
Well done. Woo! And so, I'm going to move to the driver of the day, and it's a well-deserved driver of the day. Couldn't quite make the strategy work out there at the end. Gonna assume it was either no fuel or only fuel, or just 2 tires and fuel. But it's GTR Mike. You finished 6th, but you came back. You were flipping at one point in this race,
2 points.
end over end down the front straightaway.
Twice.
You're the driver of the day, Mike. So tell me about this crazy race from your perspective. You finally got yourself a good finish because it's been a rough past few weeks.
I appreciate the driver of the day accolade. I guess I can add that to all my other accolades that I've got. But yeah, I pulled some strategy there at the end. I did 2 tires. I realized the tire fall off really wasn't all that great, so I feel like 2 tires would have been the best play for me to potentially get a win or even a better finish than what I would have gotten. So I really had nothing to lose with the way this season's gone. For me, if I didn't have atrocious luck, I'd have none at all. And with the track position at this track, somebody mentioned it earlier, it's so hard to pass. It's so hard to get through the traffic. I just had to do something different. I tried it, and it almost worked, and, you know, it is what it is. It's still a decent finish, so I'm happy with it.
You made the best finish that you could have out of tonight. Brink, you got anything for Mike?
Yeah, you know, I know Mike is a big fan of Dale Earnhardt, and his season here reminds me of one season in particular from Dale Earnhardt. And if you go back and look at his stat sheet, 1992 was just an awful year for Dale Earnhardt. It was good for a lot of other guys, not for him. And this is kind of like, I don't want to fill his head too much calling him Dale Earnhardt, but, you know, Mike is defending 2-time champion.
Hey, I got 3 championships in a row, so
I mean,
for Dale, right?
So exactly. So, but this is kind of reminding me of like watching. Well, he's a past champion. He's won multiple championships, and here he is just struggling. And it's, you know, things that aren't his fault. Lag outs, guys wrecking him. You know, in the middle of what was that, Auto Club? I think that happened to you, and twice again there. So things were out of his control a lot of the time, like for Earnhardt in '92. But here he is, strategy pulled it out of his ass, got back up to the top 3. And you're going to find victory lane. We all know it.
Yeah, man, like I said, my luck this year has just been, it's laughable. I've been caught up in things of my own, not of my own making, and then at Dover last week, I found just an invisible wall on the front straightaway twice. And it's just one thing after another, and it's kind of put me back down in the points where I haven't really been accustomed to the last 3 or 4 seasons. And, I don't really have anything left to prove to anybody and anything left to lose, so I'm not really aggressive this season. I'm just kind of riding around and just trying to enjoy myself and trying to make what I can out of it, trying to have some sort of fun and zero pressure, just go out and drive the car and see what I can end up with. And it just hasn't gone my way, but, it is what it is. I'm not upset with how the season's gone, and, I got a lot of things going on in my personal life right now very few people know about, so I just get on this game to take my mind off of things. So good run. I'm happy with it. I don't know where we go next week, but I'll try again next week to get another dub.
Where do we go next week, Clay?
Iowa.
Let me look it up. It's in Iowa. Well, I won't be getting a dub next week, so I take back that previous comment.
Well, nobody's going to be getting a dub next week because the league is off next week for 4th of July weekend.
Next race, Mr. Technical.
Yep.
Well, listen, good job, Mike.
But anyways, before you guys let me go, I just want to shout out Marini. The dude finally got a freaking win on an oval, man. It only took him forever. But shout out Marini. He had a good car.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the guys running up front. It's a tough track. The corner exits on this track, it's like you're driving on ice. So the guys racing up front, it's about as clean as you can make it from Homestead. It was a good race overall, and just want to shout out everybody, and Marini especially, and Gorilla Autosport, and we'll keep driving, keep going.
Nice.
Well, I want to wrap things up here. Congratulations to our top 3, Big Jim, JCR Clashin, and Marini on his first win of the season here at Homestead. Second win. Must have missed the Canadian Tire win there. I was out that week. So an honest mistake. But congratulations to Mike on the driver of the day there. That being GTR Mike. Got both mics up here in the chat tonight.
Did you get an interview? Did you get an interview after Canadian Tire? Because I was out too that week.
Yeah, I got an interview.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
But again, I just wanted to say congratulations to all the guys tonight. It was a pretty solid race all in all. A lot of action, fun finish. Always got to love fun finishes here in the Cobra E Racing Series. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope everyone has a great evening. Have a great night, everybody.
Hey, if you can't tell, the parity in this league is pretty crazy, especially with guys like Gator Mike still looking for a victory this season. So keep tuning in every Friday night, everybody. These top 20 cars, they're top 20 every week.
They heard none of that. They heard absolutely none of that.
I'm still live. I'm still going on mine. So everyone have a good night.